Mankind is the only animal that doesn't reuse. We're the only ones that somehow developed a way of using material where it ends up on a big mountain. Well, in nature it's normal to reuse. Everything is wasted in nature, but it's not wasted. It becomes food for the next cycle again. And that's normal. And the only abnormal thing is mankind in this.
Obviously there's a big problem about the waste at the moment. I mean, the huge amounts that there are. So many people are looking for solutions to the problems that there are. Holland is actually quite sufficient in a way in dealing with waste that it has set up huge recycling programs and so on. But actually what we saw was the materials are being treated in a way, so they are chopped and made into smaller pieces and remelted again, while we saw the qualities of the materials as they are and tried to integrate them immediately.
The amount of waste is growing every year, and the cost of new building materials is rising even more, maybe. By putting the reuse of materials on the agenda more and more seriously, you might get freedom at the end to do what you want, because it opens all these new possibilities.
Jan and me started working on 2012 in 1997, and at that point we understood that we had to develop a way of working and a theory and the knowledge to be able to integrate reused materials into architecture. So after some time we decided we had to show practically what we meant. So we gathered 20 washing machines and we built a space station out of that. The object was made from modules, so we could generate different sizes of space and different forms of space with that space station.
Generally, architects, they have a big project in their mind and then they work it out and make a final design and then find the proper materials to make that vision real. But what we do is we look at the materials that are there and incorporate them in the project that we have and actually develop the design from the materials and the surroundings that we have. So it's kind of backwards thinking in that way.
Because they want to work and get inspired by things they find, junk or no junk, they need to rethink the design process. They get the question of a client, and then what they are going to do first is shop around among the junk, and they find things, get inspired by that. Well, maybe we can use this for that or this for that. And then the whole idea of the use of the building and how to order it comes out of the things they find. And this is more of a laboratory kind of a way of work.
The way of production and consumption is, at this moment, generates enormous amounts of materials which are disposed of every year. And for instance, for car tires, we know that at this moment in Holland we have 6 million car tires per year disposed of, but worldwide it's 6 billion per year. So that's an enormous amount of potentially reusable material. But what we found out when we started our office is that it's actually not that easy to find the proper waste for a project that you're doing. So we needed certain tools in order to be able to work with waste. And one of the tools that we developed was a harvest map. And a harvest map actually shows in the neighborhood of a project what kind of materials are available to you on what distance. We know that about 25% of traffic in Holland is building related, so when you can cut down on traffic, you really make an interesting step.
You have suddenly the possibility that you can use as much as you want because there is so much of it. And that gives us as a designer suddenly the opportunity to use maybe twice as much wood as one would using new wood. And so we had suddenly some kind of extra freedom, in fact wasting the waste. Yeah, that's what happened, yeah.